If they do want to have a fight scene, you'll probably see it if they can push it to a 5th season.
All I can say is
They're gonna have to
it all depends on good writing. Discovery did not have good writing. These guys did not know what kind of property they had in their hands. They all called themselves old Star Trek fans. They didn't have a friggin' clue. So I'm still trying to figure out what the hell they're doing with a white Klingon. Okay, but besides that,
they had to change everything 25%.
Yeah,
you see,
I mean,
that's the whole thing. Because they change everything. I know, but the whole thing, the reason why they change everything, like Star Wars gets changed 25%, because you don't want to keep feeding the toys to the other person, because if you use his property, he gets the money for the toys or any other property that you put into your movie, even though you need it.
Yeah.
And that's why you have that big problem. That's why you have to change the Klingons. That's why you have to change, what do you call that? Spock's characters.
See, this is what happens.
Everything has to be changed.
Yeah, by doing that, they don't succeed in the merchandise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people don't recognize these characters.
And then it ruins the franchises. And then they wonder why nobody is tuning in, and that's what happened with Discovery.
It's a legal issue.
It canceled each other out.
Yeah, it's a legal issue. It's like with Spider-Man.
Fans don't care.
Spider-Man.
Fans say that's your problem. Right. I'm not going to tune in.
Right.
I'm tuning out. That's it.
That's the difference between Sony Spider-Man, that they pushed a lot of things, a lot of characters in there, and Disney Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Right? Disney Spider-Man can't have Venom. Disney Spider-Man can have the majority of people that he fought until Sony gives Disney the rights to use those characters.
Right.
They were able to use what do you call that? The Vulture, because Spider-Man, Sony almost never used the Vulture, so they were able to use it. They're only able to pick from characters legally that they didn't have, so that they won't get the money from the toys.
Okay, we're going to go back to that in a second. Because we got two other ones to cover real quick. Okay.
Let's go quick.
So one we didn't catch up on. The Dead Don't Die. Adam Driver from Star Wars and Bill Murray. A low independent B movie. Lasts about one weekend. Okay, I managed to catch it. I definitely recommend it. It's again another movie. Tarantino style, very slow. It drags. Low key comedy. Practically no budget, but it was done very smart. I definitely recommend it when it comes on Netflix. Okay. Another one. Quick story. They gave out free passes. Yeah. Blinded by the Light. 500 showed up. Then they tell us at the theater, after waiting an hour in line, they said, we already gave out tickets. These were like backups in case other people, the first bunch of passes that we gave out earlier today, if they don't show up, then you people can come. So you made us wait an hour to tell us that these were not promised to get in. Okay?
Yeah,
so
they always say that in the fine print.
Is that even in the fine print over here?
Yes, it is. Yeah, they always do that.
Okay.
It's happened to me on occasion, but I've always been there sometimes in order to get. It happened to me when I wanted to see the screen for Deadpool. I did not get in because I was the last, and I almost was able to snuck in until they caught me, and then they threw me out.
Okay, this was AMC Empire 25th, Bad Management, okay? And the producers of this, for pulling the shit like that, okay? That's not called for, and, I managed to catch up to the movie anyway, and guess what? Overrated. They got like over 90%. The movie was nothing but a big advertisement for a Bruce Springsteen soundtrack. It's all you hear was his friggin' songs.
Yeah, it's basically a Springsteen movie almost.
Yeah. It's a kid. His father does not accept him because the father wants him to write other things. He wants to write about Bruce. At the end of the movie, the son gets his way. The father's proud. A waste of 2 hours. I love Springsteen. I love the music. There's no story here. It's a total waste of time. Overrated. I think somebody got paid off on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. So same thing like yesterday. Started really good because I'm a Beatles fan. At the end, I said, I'm a fake. Okay, so much for the ending. Rocket Man. Same thing. Fantasy sequences. The reality was based on truth, but then it went into these fancy dream sequences, and it did not fit the movie. Okay, so they're all wiped out. Bohemian Rhapsody, of course, made $900 million, and nothing was based on real fact. Okay, so that was my little musical wrap up. So let's last two movies, and we get into the end game. Okay, Batman, Hush, great movie, 4 out of 5. You caught up?
I just bought the DVD, so I'll catch it tonight.
Okay, and the other one you said...
Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I love the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. It's funny. spoilers. If you haven't seen it, see it, catch it, because you see Shredder as Shredder really is in the comic books.
Right. That was a nice touch. It went back to his origins. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, now let's go back and end the show with Endgame. We got
and Hellboy just recently came out, so you could buy Hush now because it just recently came out. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Turtles came out 2 weeks ago, and Hellboy came out this week too. I purchased Hellboy. I bet you it's going to be big on the DVD market.
Does it have all the bonus features?
Yes. Well, it has the DVD. It has the digital, Blu-ray.
But deleted scenes, the making of.
I think so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for me, that's necessary. Like Endgame has got to have all that. You're talking about the biggest movie of all time, except in the U.S., which is still Star Wars Awakens. I don't know.
And you would tell me that's your favorite thing about the Hulk, with what's his name?
Mark Ruffalo?
No, the other Hulk. The other Hulk movie that came out. The second Hulk movie. The second actor who played Hulk.
Oh, yeah, Ed Norton.
Ed Norton, yeah. That's what you said. You were raving about those are your favorite scenes with Ed Norton, how the making of, extra scenes.
Yeah, because he wrote an extra 45 minutes because what they wanted to do, they weren't crazy about his performance, so they were just going to concentrate on the Hulk and said, wait a second, if you're going to concentrate on the Hulk, where am I going to be in the movie? So he decided to help on the script, supposedly flesh out the scripts, right? So he wrote himself in all scenes written about him. So you see more Ed Norton playing Bruce Banner instead of the Hulk. And the director put up with it because it was in Ed Norton's contract. The producers saw that crap, and they took everything that Ed Norton wrote out of the movie. It finally showed up on the deleted scenes, and you see all 45 minutes that Ed Norton wrote.
Wow.
That was a great,
amazing.
That was a great experience for if you want to be a filmmaker, a screenwriter, a producer. The way Hollywood works, an eagle at Rampage, more Rampage than the Hulk himself. Ed Norton was crazy about writing about himself into the movie. I thought that was a great, it was a good lesson on a DVD. That's why I like to see behind the scenes. And a lot of that stuff behind the scenes is, here's stuff that you're not supposed to do. Overbloated budget, overbloated egos. You were talking about.
But it was still a good movie.
Yeah. But
they did. You see, that's the thing I always think. You can have an bloated movie, but if you have a good editor, like Quentin Tarantino, he used to have this great editor. She died, and that's why they say a lot of his stuff seems to be bloated now. Not that she passed away. I saw this wonderful editor on YouTube where he cut some scenes for The Watchmen, and he made certain scenes better. He cut down run times from 3 minutes to a minute.
Yeah.
You see, that's what a good editor can do. He can make Gwyneth Paltrow seem like a great actress. And she could win an Oscar.
Shakespeare in Love. That was the big folklore in Hollywood. And all that, her performance was all based on the editing floor, as they call it.
See? Yeah. You have an amazing editor, cinematographer, boom. You're going to get an Oscar.
That's one thing. A lot of these movies don't have good editors. Everything's so bloated. A lot of it is not necessary. Now, with Endgame, I thought it was a good 3-hour movie. When you see the DVD, the Blu-ray, it's going to show its cracks, okay? Everybody was pissed about Professor Hulk. There was too many people going on. I didn't mind it because there was too much going on.
Professor Hulk was a mistake. Everybody says how bad that is.
There's a lot of mistakes in the movie, a lot. The thing I hated was those two sisters, Nubula, the insect, and then the green girl. We're going back to that again? That was really annoying. They should have chopped all that up. Those two, yeah, fighting against each other.
It still needed a better editor.
Yeah, it definitely did.
And you have to say, Endgame wasn't the best script.
No.
The
script was stolen from Voyager, from Star Trek.
Everybody always says how Infinity War was the best script that they had.
Yeah.
That actually was the better movie. You see, I think it ramped up, that it got so much word of mouth that it brought more money to the table for people to watch Endgame. But to tell you the truth, I'm sorry to be one of those people, sort of like when I said Force Awakens isn't really that great. When I said, it was...
Well, it's better than Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But over time, it turns out to be better.
That's not saying much. That's not saying much
at all.
And when you were saying that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 blew.
Sucked. Horrible.
So what do you expect from Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
It's got Thor in it.
It's not going to help it. I don't think it's going to help it.
It's got to do something better than Guardians since number 2, at least,
What they needed in Guardians of the Galaxy was probably Hulk, and not Professor Hulk, regular Hulk.
Right.
he could punch that up because look who made Thor Ragnarok. That's a whole Hulk Planet movie.
Yeah.
That's all lifted from Hulk Planet.
It was disguised as a Thor movie, but it was an actual Hulk movie.
Because that's where Hulk fought Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you saw his face up there and then talking about how they're going to bring him, he defeated Beta Ray Bill, and then he became the new champion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the story of the Hulk Planet, which is amazing. They should have done that. They should have shown where he defeated Beta Ray Bill, who was the original champion. And then once he defeated him, he was able to leave.
Now, I mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy because as far as the Endgame, we're going to start the new, what's the new phase?
I don't have.
What's it? Phase 3 is coming, right?
Phase 4.
Phase 4, okay.
And I'm
not looking forward to anything in Phase 4, believe it or not.
The only thing in Phase 4 I think that's promising is Blade.
Blade
may be the only thing that's promising.
Blade, okay.
They said they have another movie, Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's not going to work. A female Thor, not going to work.
Who knows?
No.
Who knows? Who cares? The other movies haven't been working with Chris. I keep forgetting his name now.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. I'm sorry. You know, he's just not that. He can't. What do you call it? He can't generate the juice for a movie. He can't do it. He can't lift the load. Hulk is the one who lifted the load for Thor Ragnarok, and people keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
That's the one aspect of the movie that made it. And Endgame, getting back to Endgame, older film, not really good. Hulk messed it up. You know, they messed it up with Hulk.
I like the movie. I can't wait to get the Blu-ray with all the bonus features. Okay,
I'm not gonna buy that nonsense.
It's not going to be when you see it again the third or fourth time, it starts showing its cracks.
Oof.
But
I saw it the first time and I was like, oh, I don't want to see this again.
Oh, I'm sorry. The last 45 minutes is worth it to see over and over again. That's a great finale. You got all the characters in there. Now, as far as the next Phase 4, I'm not looking forward to Black Panther, Doctor Strange. Once was enough. I mean, all these other characters. Maybe the reboot of Fantastic Four, and maybe the reboot of X-Men. But we got burnt out with so much bad X-Men movies. Except for Dark Phoenix, which wasn't that bad. I'm really not looking forward to anything in Phase 4. There's nothing really, like I said, I got to go and see it. I can wait till Netflix.
Everybody pretty much says that, but they're going to drag it. Most of those things are going to be on television.
Right.
And they know they're saying, this is where we're going to make our money. We're going to make our money from the television rights, and we're going to make our money from the toys. And that's all we care about.
Yeah.
So now we got like, 2 minutes? A minute, less than a minute.
A minute. Well, okay. From the top, we're gonna be back in September with new shows. Okay, we're taking the rest of August off. This show will be repeated and MNN in 2 weeks. The show is gonna be posted by Monday morning, and it has all the details, the links for Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, blah blah blah. We'll be back in September. We're gonna do a recap of all the summer movies. Enjoy Endgame on Blu-ray, and we'll see you in September. The first weekend in September. We see you then. And everybody, thanks for joining our journey on our trip for 31 years in the air. And hopefully we're going to finish up this year with hopefully a good, somewhat review of Star Wars. We're crossing our fingers.
If it's not good, we're going to bash it. And it's funny. We've got our highest ratings from bashing The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
This is all going for our YouTube fans because we were being cut off. But this is for our YouTube fans. Like, subscribe, watch that. And I'm saying, if it's bad, we're going to pounce on it. We're going to do a tag team where I'm going to take it and punch in the face, pass it to you, and you're going to hit it in the gut.
Boom, right.
So be careful. If it's not good, we're going to call you out on it.
And we're Star Wars fans. Go figure that out, okay? On that note, may the Force be with you.
Adios.
That should do it. And a little behind the scene for our YouTube subscribers. Oh, we managed to get everything in there. Anything we didn't cover? No, we covered everything. Next time I gotta put